like, I'm not a product manager. At least I wasn't. And as just a developer who did some developer tools, like I wanted to know, like, am I winning? Like, is it even like worth doing? I wanted a better solution for that. So I wanted to have a tool that answers a question like, what should I build next?
What label do you like more?
I'd call myself a builder. So I was working on pretty serious stuff like fintech project, like this goLance project that is huge, but like this feeling of having fun, doing something great, something that you like never left me. And I think that's like my main fuel, like for my my engine that keeps me going. I always wanted to be an engineer. Actually, when I was like 5 years old, I imagined myself as a like constructor, like someone who will make bridges or like rockets. I usually work a lot, talk a lot to my team, like assigning tasks, describing what they should do, helping them, mentoring them. I want to learn how to delegate tasks. I do it kind of bad right now, but I'm learning. Like we always do something new. We always like redesigning. We try to like stay trendy, but that's not important. Like the more important thing is that, yeah, maybe the problem doesn't change. People want to get paid, like, and and other people want to do some stuff and find people who will do that.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Ship It and Sip It. I'm happy to have Pasha Kalugin in the studio today for an in-person interview. It's been so long since we've done one of these. Thanks for coming on the show. What did you choose for us to drink today, Pasha?
Hi everyone. Hi John again. So I chose sweet beer. That's my favorite. I don't really like bitter sorts.
All right. I'm excited to talk to you today, Pasha, because you are the technical lead at Paralect on the goLance project. It's a very cool and long-running product that we've been working together with goLance, and you've been here for over 5 years. We're going to talk about your journey from a student at Startup Summer 5+ years ago, through to becoming a leader, to being a mentor or a teacher at Startup Summer. And now you're working on a new product of your own on the nights and weekends called Blitz. So let's dive into it, but first let's open these up.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Eventually you'll enjoy the beer. Cheers. Okay, so let's dive into your story. Recently, our CTO, Igor, posted a congratulations message to you on LinkedIn, I believe it was, maybe Twitter as well. Congratulating you on your 5-year anniversary at Paralect. So I'm curious, what has kept you engaged and excited about building with the team that you're with here?
Yeah, so it's been a long journey. Paralect is actually my first job ever. So I got into Paralect when I was studying in university, my second year. I felt here really good. The atmosphere was both like productive, efficient. You have to like grind for a real project, but at the same time, it felt really fun, like funky. You're having fun with your friends, kind of stuff. And honestly, since then, this feeling never left me. So I was working on pretty serious stuff, like fintech project, like this goLance project that is huge, that is very important for Paralect and for like people, like freelancers and clients around the world. But like this feeling of having fun, doing something great, something that you like never left me. And I think that's like my main fuel, like for my my engine that keeps me going.
Awesome. Well, that's great to hear. And can you paint us more of a picture of the Pasha that walked in here as a second-year university student? What did you know about programming? What didn't you know about programming? Who was that guy?
A very young Pasha. So as you know, like I'm a JavaScript developer, like Node.js developer. But when I applied for Startup Summer, I didn't know JavaScript at all. Like I learned it one night before the interview. I made a test I made a test task like with my friends. But I guess I still managed to do that, so it counts.
Yeah, you got in.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew some Java. I always wanted to be an engineer. Actually, when I was like 5 years old, I imagined myself as a like constructor, like someone who will make bridges or like rockets. But eventually, I just got into like software programming, software engineering, programming, doing stuff with your computer because it's just like easier than starting a rocket project, obviously. But like I always wanted to build stuff, like create stuff that's like unique, that's my own. And like web development is something that really like enabled this creativity to like to do whatever you want, like any automation, any kind. And now it's like even more broader with like AI, with the crypto. I started to discover all these technologies, and I really like how they like help you express yourself.
Interesting. All right. And so fast forward to today, what does your day-to-day look like? And I guess we can include what are you working on outside of day-to-day work on goLance?
So being tech lead is a different thing. So you have a lot of responsibilities and like operational work that you like gotta do, someone's gotta do. And tech lead like is a person who's doing stuff that no one else wants to work on. Basically, you're doing like the most boring things or like the most responsible things. But at the same time, like you have freedom. You have freedom to choose what to work on in your like 20% of your time. I usually work a lot, talk a lot to my team, like assigning tasks, describing what they should do, helping them, mentoring them, because I really want to. I want to learn how to delegate tasks. I do it kind of bad right now, but I'm learning. It's like the whole new category of skills that I'm learning right now. So yeah, I usually have a couple of meetings. I have a couple of emails to write. I always have my monitoring tools somewhere near me, so I regularly check them. Customer support, talking with clients, something like that. And like this 20%, I'm just discovering the product itself. I'm trying to find new applications of functionality. I'm trying to like understand like why they even do it. I mean, Michael, why he even like do it? What can we develop to help him do this thing that he wants? So this one's my favorite.
Very interesting. Yeah, I guess a lot of the people I've been talking with lately, whether they're on teams or whether they're founders, it's been at the very, very beginning of the product journey. So whether they're in NanoGrit, for example, they don't even have a product yet. They're just sort of testing an idea. And goLance is quite the opposite, basically. It's been a product for over 10 years or something, right? It's like
it's funny, but I actually see goLance not as a like dinosaur or kind of like stable thing that like here forever. It's actually a very dynamic product, and not a product, but rather like a series of products. Like we always do something new. We always like redesigning. We try to like stay trendy, but that's not important. Like the more important thing is that, yeah, maybe the problem doesn't change. People want to get paid, like, and other people want to do some stuff and find people who will do that. So this problem is here, but it kind of changes over time. For example, like we find some crypto opportunities, like this modern trend to get paid in crypto is really interesting, and like we try to catch this wave and allow like freelancers to withdraw in crypto. It's really important.
Super cool. All right, I don't have many technical guests on the show, so I think you should be able to give a good perspective on this. What do you think is one thing that founders should know about their the technical team or the people behind the product at Paralect that they might not know? We don't put it on the website. It's not in our marketing. Some insider insights.
So I think what's really good about Paralect that we have a community of developers, and I think customers or like founders might not know this because we regularly like share our knowledge, share like the accomplishments and wins with each other, and also we ask for help. So like with when you get a team, you not only get like these people, but also like our whole community, our whole knowledge base. Like for example, Sergey Strelena, our developer success lead, like he's doing audits for projects, and yeah, that's impressive. I mean, you get a free audit.
Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing to keep in mind, and it's a good thing that founders should know. All right, let's talk a little bit about what you're doing on nights and weekends as sort of indie hacker, founder. What do you want to call yourself? What label do you like more?
I'd call myself a builder.
A builder. All right.
Builder.
So you've been building a few projects on the side, products on the side. Tell us, I guess, first about Pixel by Overton. What was that, and how did it kick off this whole process?
Starting this year, my friend Andrew wrote me with an interesting proposal, like, "Hey, do you want to participate in hackathon?" And I didn't mind. Sounds like an interesting idea, like to build some stuff together. We worked together previously. Andrew worked in Paralect, and like, why not? And we made a product for Ton blockchain, which is a like fairly old blockchain, but it just starts growing, and we wanted to hop on this grow wave and like build together with it. So we got like a nice team of 5 people. 3 developers and 2 girls in design and marketing. And we built a kind of NFT-based tool for creators to launch their communities. And it was my first experience in doing some stuff without a manager, I would say. That's like the biggest difference. And yeah, it's just opened a different perspective on development, really, because it has some advantages of side projects, like you have freedom to do whatever you want, like you want you are to choose like the stack of technologies, you are to choose like everything. But at the same time, it's like a real thing, like we do on Startup Summer. Like it's a real project that will have real users and solve real problems. So that's how we got into this.
So when you say it was a hackathon, was it like a time box thing to it, or was?
Yeah, but it was pretty long, like 2 or 3 months. But I had to learn like the whole new programming language to write smart contracts on Ton. Yeah, so and it was 3 months, but
it was cool.
It was cool, yeah.
Is there a website? Can people check it out? Or?
Yeah, sure. Go to like pi.aberton.io, and yeah, you can mint yourself a free NFT to be part of our community, and you can also like launch your own community with it, but you need to own a Ton coin.
Okay, check it out. We'll put the link in the show notes to that. But right now, you have moved on and now you're working on something called Blitz. So tell us what Blitz is and why you're excited about building it.
Okay, so Blitz is a pretty simple thing. So it's a backlog that's powered by your users. So it's basically your backlog, which is public, and people can vote and propose different things. So you always know what your people want from you and from your product. And that's it.
Okay, that's interesting. Is that something like as a developer, you wanted to have a better understanding of what the customer base wants in terms of features, or?
Yeah, so it appeared that this idea is not so new. There are a lot of even very big products that basically doing the same thing with the customer feedback and stuff. But I've never heard of them. Like, I'm not a product manager. At least I wasn't. And as just a developer who did some developer tools, like I wanted to know, am I winning? Like, is it even like worth doing? And all I knew I could do is I could write, I could DM people, but I wanted a better solution for that. So I wanted to have a tool that answers a question like, what should I build next? And like that was a neat application.
All right. So how long did you work on it? Can you tell us the timeline? You had the idea, and how long until you launched the first version?
Yeah, so the idea actually came from Pixel, because with Pixel it was like just a one tool in a series of tools to help create digital communities. So we had like this NFT thing, and we also wanted to have a DAO constructor, which may seem confusing. It's still confusing to me, like what's DAO? but yeah, so it was like a DAO constructor initially. But when I joined Buildspace, we'll talk about that later. I just understood that like I don't know what to do with this DAO. I want to solve this problem with like understanding what to build next, and I don't want to have DAO there. So I kind of left like this our group of developers and started working on this idea. I started to like evolve it, and it's how it started. It started 6 weeks ago with season 3 of Buildspace, and yeah, I have 3 more days till our like graduation.
Okay, very cool. We'll get into Buildspace and what it is and your experience there in a second, but I do just want to pause on the whole blockchain NFT DAO thing just for a second, because I don't know. I actually started working with startups in a crypto company that Alex Schor started ages ago, right? After he left Paralect. So I saw that first, second, third wave of hype, whenever that was, 6 years ago. And then I kind of got over it. But it's still is it still exciting to developers? That's my main question. And then the second question is, like, you thought about Blitz as a DAO constructor, but then said, why do we need a DAO for this? We can just build it without all the Web3 headache. Is that what happened?
Yeah, because I needed to make a like V1, and I wanted to make it real quick. I actually did it like in one evening. But when I thought like how can I get feedback on it, because like they in Buildspace they told us like you need to get the fuck off localhost, like publish it and get some feedback, and I just understood that people won't have ton coins to try it. People won't have like any wallet at all, because like there are pretty little people who are using it. So I didn't want to like limit myself in this aspect, so I just dropped it. It was like to unblock ability for people to test it.
Okay, That makes sense. So tell us about Buildspace, what it is, how you got into it.
So Buildspace, it is a school for builders. They describe themselves on a landing page like this: like, you got 6 weeks to work on your idea. Like, are you in?
Yeah.
That's pretty good hook, to be honest, because like everybody has some ideas, some project, not particularly like software or like products with revenue, but like somebody wants to make a song, or somebody wants to make like a physics experiment. I don't know, or build their garden on the back.
Design some sort of physical product.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but no one actually do it, or like don't have time to do it, or don't have, or never share it. So, Buildspace actually, like a school, it gives you this time. It gives you a lot of motivation and support to do that. Always remind you, and given a really good advice on like marketing, pitching, and like different aspects of like business startups. Because for example, I didn't ever thought about my idea as a potential startup, but now I do.
Okay.
Why not?
I looked at their website and their Twitter a little bit. I didn't find out a lot, but there are some big names behind it, like Ryan Hoover, I think, from Product Hunt, is one of like the founders or supports it, or...
Yeah, I think it's like a supporter, but it's I think it's backed by Y Combinator and A16Z.
Yeah. So is it usually like a physical cohort, and sometimes digital, or is it always a digital community?
So it's a digital community from around the world, but I also got some, I think they are based in San Francisco. So they got like a physical house there. But like I'm here in Minsk, right, and I'm in it.
Okay, very cool. So I guess my next question about Buildspace is like, what did you need to do to get in? And then also like, what types of material is it for you to learn about turning Blitz from an idea into a startup? Are there like online webinars? Are there group calls? What support do they give you?
So it was easy to get there. You just have to apply. And if your idea is somewhat like, if it's not illegal, like they get you. Yeah, there are streams where like once a week you got some educational stream, like a lecture. Once a week there is a guest interview, and they invite some like big names, like for example Furkan, who has like a very famous podcast about startups.
Almost as famous as this one.
Yeah. And also once a week there are like there is a session for you to come and build together. You just have some music, have some guys in the chat, and yeah, you just work on your thing.
Very cool. All right. What is your goal then for Blitz at the moment? You said you think about it now as a startup. So what's your goal?
My goal is to get 24 users till May 20.
All right. Well, everybody who's watching this, go check out Blitz. So I guess who's it for, first of all, and why should people sign up?
So first of all, I was thinking that Blitz is most useful for solo builders or like indie hackers who just want to build stuff. They have like clear, or not so clear, but they have idea they're passionate about, and they just don't have a product team behind that will say them like what to do or like what's good to do. So I'd propose them to ask your community, or maybe even grow community around your product with with a simple page. So it's like I'll repeat myself. Like the Blitz itself is just a web page that's public and that has a voting and proposal. That's all. I plan to add crowdfunding, by the way. So like if people are really serious about requesting some feature, they can support you financially. But it will come eventually.
We'll see. Yeah, awesome. And I guess share the website with the people so they can check it out.
Yeah, it's blitz.vote.
Blitz.vote?
Blitz.vote.
Awesome. Go check it out. And follow Pasha on Twitter, I guess is where you're talking about it.
Yeah. I would talk about a little bit Twitter.
Right. Let's talk about building in public.
Yeah.
You have come out of your, coding shell and started building in public. What's that been like so far?
It's amazing experience, honestly. I always was skeptical about Twitter in particular. I never really, I thought it's either like politicians there, politicians, or like just some schoolboys sharing memes.
That's mostly true.
Yeah, but it appeared there are so many amazing people there who built real stuff that I'm using, like, I don't know, Bertel, Napkin, MongoDB, etc. So all these names, and they actually can communicate with you. And that was like a shock to me, that the world is not separated into celebrities and everyone else, but you can really access it. So I started my journey. Igor invited me there for years. Eventually I posted my first tweet, and I just said to myself, I'll send whatever I think about every day. It was like junk. It's still a junk, but it worked. Like one tweet blow out. I got it was like a tweet with the idea from Buildspace. So I got 20 replies with really good feedback on my idea. So, you shouldn't do that. You should try that. I'd like to test it. And I just felt that my idea can be real. And this feeling just, it's with me right now. It's what powered me. Very
cool. But then I guess last week you said that you hadn't posted about anything, you hadn't built anything. Well, maybe you did build something, but just didn't share about it for 6 days straight. You felt like the 4 weeks before it was like a sprint. So I guess there's a dangerous or a risk to this.
Yeah. One of the biggest risk is to expect your tweet to go viral again. And when you don't get it, it's frustrating. Right. So I got into this trap. I got into a lot of traps last 6 weeks. It's just that I got a plateau in my users graph, and I kind of was frustrated about it. I did some cold emails or cold DMs, and they were not successful, and I just was sad about it, and I felt like I need a break, so I did a break, and now but 6 days later I'm back on the track. So I guess the lesson is you need to rest.
Yeah.
You need to take breaks.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know. I have mixed opinions about building public and social media in general. I guess, it's don't expect anything. Share what you think is cool. Share what you think that your customers might enjoy. but don't believe it's going to, I don't know, don't believe too much in yourself?
I'd say just like the coolest like thing, like just be yourself, like be authentic. It's funny that one tweet that I really liked, I really like sat like 4 hours composing it, like these 2 sentences, and it didn't like give me this satisfaction because like few likes, not a big deal. But then one tweet that was just random random stuff out of my phone, and it blew up. It's really like people really liked it. It was about like my I guess I hit 100 subscribers, followers in Twitter, and just like, wow, I got 100 subscribers. Thank you all. And it's just 100 likes.
All right, well, good luck. Keep it up. I think Igor will definitely say it's worth continuing down the road. And he's been at it for like 2 years really regularly. So good job, Igor. Good job, Pasha. We'll keep building in public. All right. I want to talk about Startup Summer, though, if you're done talking about Blitz.
Yeah, sure. Let's
go to Startup Summer. You are both a graduate and multiple-time lecturer, teacher at Startup Summer. So I want to know, I guess, in general, how did the course sort of impact your career as a programmer, as a technical lead now?
Startup Summer is the greatest thing happened in my life so far. I got into a great job that I enjoy. I'm enjoying being here. What can I say? Like, what else should I say?
Greatest thing in your life.
This is the greatest thing ever.
All right. So imagine there's a young Pasha out there walking the streets, thinking about, I don't know, university girls and becoming a programmer. What advice would you have for him if he sees Startup Summer poster at the university? Should he apply? What should he do?
Just apply. Just try. Right. Like, why not? Even if you don't have like skills listed in the landing page, just try it. Like, why not? What's like the worst thing that would happen? Like you would like we wouldn't call you, but who cares? Just try it. Apply now.
All right.
Sorry.
Check it out. Okay, if you could go back a little bit in time and do one or two things to learn more quickly, accelerate your growth as an engineer or a founder, what would you do?
So I have like 2 contrary opinions on that. The first one is like a general advice. Just try it. Again, it's really helpful to be biased to actions. Is it correct? Right?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So
tweet that.
Yeah, sure. That's not my thought. It's the original. But like such people, they're so valuable. Because everyone can talk, but very few actually do something. So, and the best way to learn something is to try it out, like practically. Another way is like try to teach someone. Well, that's another topic. So I would just stick with just try it out. Try like something real. Not only your like imagine you want to become an engineer and apply for Startup Summer. So stop dreaming about that. Just go and try to make a website. To open some docs and read 2 pages. I don't know. Ask me in Twitter how to get there. I'll give you more detailed answer.
Okay, I'm curious about more details on that. Because just in light of all the different ways there are to make products now, I'm thinking low code, no code, blockchain, whatever, would you say, learn how to code, or would you say go figure out Webflow or Bubble or some of these low code, no code tools first?
It's actually a little bit funny because this no code no-code tools, their philosophy is that you can use them without learning them. Like you can use them without knowing anything. But like, yeah, honestly, you have to know something.
I don't think I think you can use them if you learn them, not necessarily a programming.
Yeah.
But you have to still learn the tool.
Yeah, exactly. You have to still learn something. But I would say, like, don't jump between technologies. Like, don't learn 100 programming languages for like every case. Just stick with something. Like, see where it gets you, and like by the time you'll know what to do next. Like, just pick JavaScript. Like, it's most popular option, it's most simpler option in my opinion. And React is also like very popular thing. It's all these technologies and many more in Startup Summer.
Yeah. All right. I guess since we're talking about tech, this would be a good time to talk about the most popular, amazing thing ever in technology in 2023, which is, of course, AI and ChatGPT. So is it taking over the world? Is it going to take over people writing code? Is it changing how you work? What's your take on that?
So AI is obviously already changed the world. We got like the biggest companies talking about it, changing like their whole roadmaps to stay like in competition with others. So yeah, I'm using it. I use GitHub Copilot to like do some codes auto-completion. I'm using it to write better tweets and like to write some copies. But I don't know, people both underestimate it and overestimate it. So I would just be like, I'm just neutral about it. So I consider it just like another great tool. It helps you with routine tasks, especially with language right now, and with images also. Yeah, and with everything else. I'm using it mostly for text.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's a great thing. By the way, in Blitz, I did an experiment with AI. So I had a button that takes like your project description, your current backlog, and it just gives you more items to your backlog, like what it thinks is gonna be good for you. It's usually like advise some analytics or dashboard or like fix a bug.
Interesting.
Kind of stuff.
All right. So let's wrap up the Startup Summer section then, and you can shout out anybody you like now who had a big impact on what you learned at Startup Summer or what you've learned in the years since then at Parallax. So give your shout outs to whoever needs them.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to give a special thank you to Misha Slizyanka. He was my mentor in Startup Winter. Yeah, 2018. I don't know. He was my role model for a year or two when I just got into a real job, and yeah, Misha is in my heart forever.
Awesome. Good job, Misha. You set Pasha on a great path. Okay, so in terms of professional growth, I was curious to ask you, what is one thing that you used to believe about product development and product engineering that you don't believe is true anymore?
I mean, like
an opinion, something you used to think was very important, and now you'd say, that's not important. Or the opposite, something you thought wasn't important, and now you think, oh, this is actually very key.
Yeah, I got one example. So there is a thing called product mindset, which is referred like to ability for developers to not just complete tasks in Jira, but rather think how they impact customers. So this thing I learned like in back in like intermediate team. I had good team there, good teachers. So like yeah, I would just constantly remind as a founder, I would constantly remind my team and allowed my team to understand like what the business actually does. Like why do we make this feature? Because you can get some really good insights from the people who like who know the code. They can give you really good ideas.
Very cool. All right, you're soon off to Dubai, but just for a short trip. So why are you excited about visiting Dubai?
So I'm visiting Dubai to go to the Buildspace URL event.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's gonna be like 3 full days of building and I guess networking kind of stuff. I gotta see like some friends that I got there, and yeah, that's exciting. That was quite a commitment for me because like not every day you go like to Dubai.
No.
Yeah, so it was like a commitment to like stick with Buildspace, stick with Blitz, and yeah, it worked out.
Is there going to be like a demo day there, or is it the end of the program? Or
So no, we have a demo day earlier, and there is just going to be like meet your friends, like meet people who also built some cool stuff together with you, like on the same track. And also, I really would like to like make new connection, basically, know more people, and like be even more into this founder experiment that I got myself into.
Very cool. All right, and are there any other skills or adventures or goals that you'd like to achieve this summer or this year coming up that you're working towards?
I'm getting married.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a goal.
Yeah,
and a skill.
Yeah. Actually, that's the hardest project of my life. Because yeah, you gotta organize the thing. It's so
awesome. Well, congratulations, man. I can't imagine a better way to wrap up the show than congratulations, Pasha, on getting married this summer.
I love you, Margot.
Fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Follow Pasha on his builder and husband journey on Twitter, and have a great weekend.
Bye.